Starting to the top left, we have our CJ Entus player. It's our Zerg in the red. He's down a map already. It is
CJ Entus, Effort.
Great Zerg player from StarCraft 1.
Hey, he's up against the Protoss player to the top right. Starting for Team Liquid. In blue, we have
Liquid Hero.
Hero likes to chew gum in the booth, actually. I've noticed this about him recently. Sorry, I would like you to continue your sentence as well. It's probably much more important than what I just said.
No, not really. I'm actually just thinking about what you said, and I think this is probably something that just helps him to calm down.
Yeah, I think so too. Everybody has little things like this that they do. You know, whether it's Choya singing in the booth, or you know, Curious just looking at the screen completely confidently. Everybody gets nervous, but there's always a way to calm yourself down.
Yeah, well, I heard that looking at the screen actually helps when playing.
Yeah, it's quite useful.
Yeah. It can improve your gameplay so much. So guys, if you haven't tried it out, definitely try the next time that you play. You will probably realize that you get so much better once you look at the screen while playing.
Did you know that Slayer's Boxer once played a show match against a blind StarCraft player? Definitely check that out.
That sounds pretty mean.
Boxer was also blindfolded at the time, though. And
oh, really?
It was a sick match. Definitely recommend checking that out.
But how is that supposed to work?
Well, it's very difficult to play. You have to rely on sounds, and you have to set vision hotkeys in order to move, basically. And it's all about what units you control, and you have to rely a lot on sound of the Zerglings spawning, for example. And you have to memorize a lot. It takes a lot of trial and error.
I know that Mana sometimes prepares when he's bored and he plays with his feet. I know that. But I can actually picture this, but without vision? Wow. Okay, I'm just trying to know. How would you do that?
Well,
you can't even hotkey anything. You can't do anything. How do you know what you click?
You know, you have to click based on the unit responses. You know, every single structure has a different response when you click on it. That's
yeah, but still, how do you know where you are, where your opponent? How do you scout?
It's hard, man. You have to memorize the map and everything. You have to set vision hotkeys, you know, positional hotkeys with the F keys to be able to attack, for example.
Wow.
It's a pretty sick video I recommend watching to anyone out there who hasn't seen it.
I will definitely check it out. I've never heard of it. Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
It's pretty awesome. I remember when I saw that for the first time, I was actually inspired. Fast third base for Hero, Effort, excuse me. As Hero is sending a sneaky little prober on the right side to spot for that third base specifically.
And the thing, of course, in Antoon Valley is that you can go for a 2-base timing attack. Usually you will just try to get 3 bases. But Effort, well, what do you do when you have Effort? He gets the rocks now, wants to go for the early 3 bases. But what does Effort do in this game? Is he trying to play the standard game? Do you think we will see some aggression out of him?
I don't think so. I think after how his aggression went last game, that's not something he wants to try for. I like the careful probe by Hero, pulling it all the way to the right side. It's still in the path of the Overlord, but any Lings that come in here might not see it right away. And he wants to use this later on, but as soon as the Overlord sees this probe, he's just going to send Lings to chase down and kill it. In fact, he's already sending them over.
Yeah, and he does he actually want to place down a pylon? He selects it over and over again. I mean, at this point, it doesn't really make too much sense, but no pylon, nothing. He knows already that it's spotted by the Overlord and therefore tries to move in now. But, well, at the same time, first stock is out. +1 attack upgrade has been started. Hero has the wall ready so far. And for Effort, of course, the biggest question right now is how to spread the creep to make sure that his bases are connected. But he needs to find out what exactly Hero is doing.
Yeah, he needs to know, and he needs to know soon. He's got 2 Overlords, one positioned at the gas, is at the natural, one positioned at the third, which he wants to send over to scout the main base. And in fact, Hero's just going to put a Nexus really fast third base here. Before even +1 is done, or Warp Gate research is even halfway done.
Hey,
it's very greedy, but it's good for the map.
He didn't kill the rocks, he didn't do anything, and now you'll probably just dedicate the next few minerals for his wall off. He needs another cannon, he needs the gateways already. We'll make sure that he has everything in position so that he can stop the Zerg player from attacking into the third base. And with Effort just now building his Roach Warren, he is just in time. There won't be any Zerglings running across the map just yet. He simply doesn't have them, he's relying on drones.
Yeah. Effort is mining from 4 gases right now. 3, actually, my mistake, as he starts his lair. I think Hero wants to fake out some aggression with this probe that he's been sending around the top right, but Effort already knows about the third base. He's seen it with his Overlord. 6 additional gateways coming down.
Part of them, of course, being the wall off, but at the same time there are 3 additional ones at the bottom right of his main base, and this is a lot of potential for aggression. He has so many gates right now that he can warp in unit after unit. If he decides to go for some kind of gateway heavy play here and be aggressive, he could certainly pull it off. His expansion was spotted.
Yeah, and I love how he uses Chrono Energy, using it on probes mostly, a few on the Forge research, but he didn't use it on his Warp Gate research because he knows he's only got 1 gateway until now. And now that the gates are finishing up, which are really late, now is the time where he can morph those into regular Warp Gate mode. And the timing for an attack is definitely here. Effort is taking a 4th base right now, but he may find himself vulnerable because right now he's only got 2 roaches and 3 lings on the map, 12 drones on the way.
Hero gets too many drones, too many probes at this point. There's not going to be too much aggression. He just started to produce 3 at a time, so with this there's just no way that he's going to commit to any kind of too heavy gateway attack.
Yeah, I think he's just going to put a little bit of pressure on here. He's definitely going to take the Watchtower at least, moving out. He shows all of his sentries, and immediately Effort starts to react. He gets 14 lings, needs a little bit more larva. His infestation pit has already started. He's getting double Evo chambers, which means his upgrades are going to be a little bit behind.
And there's already the robotics, the robotics facility, so he definitely plans on having a follow-up with this. Just bolstering around a bit, trying to take the middle of the map. Catching a roach here, pretty nice. It's cool. Using only 2 of the force fields. So at this point, Effort needs to kind of be a little bit more careful. He needs to make a decision. Hero has enough units to defend against this. The lings at first a little bit scary, but just not enough of them.
I love that he didn't use any force fields against those lings either. Just pulled his sentries back very carefully, didn't lose a single one.
Hero's going to go for it. He's going to try to kill the 4th.
This 4th base, I don't think he can save it. Even with all the roaches he has on the way, he just doesn't have enough. It's not going to be out in time. The +1 on these units is too much. Another forward pylon goes down.
He just completed 2 additional pylons, and he needs them because he was supply blocked. But now he can warp in additional unit if he wants to.
He needs to stay away from these sentries with his roaches. This could be scary, and look at those beautiful force fields using units pathing against him.
Hero can actually just take it.
Yeah, and he's going to try to. Force fields here are great so far. The roaches cannot even breathe. 4 additional stalkers coming in, +1 armor is almost on. Effort not even starting any upgrades for his units just yet.
At this point, Hero has 3 bases, but he only has, well, he has 66 drones already. But the thing is that Effort played a little bit too greedy here. He doesn't have too much.
Yeah, no infestors. Pathogen glands are about to finish, but he doesn't have the resources, he doesn't have the larva or time to make those infestors. And Hero is not hesitating, breaking up the ramp here. Guardian Shield really helping these units out. He's already got +1 about to finish.
There is just not enough, and Hero doesn't make any use of his robotics at all. I don't think that he, I don't really think that he thought he would kill him right now.
Yeah,
he was probably trying to kill the 4th, but not all.
He's like, well, I pressure you, but suddenly you are way too greedy, and this is just too much for Effort to handle. His roaches are not able to do the damage. I think he should have waited for more to be out at once, but he had a small force of roaches die over and over and over again. And now the damage starts to stack up. He's out of sentry energy, so he may be able to finally clean up these stalkers, but not going to be easy. And look at this, he's going to be able to pull back around the right side.
There are just too many reinforcements. Now he has to send in more units over, Effort that is, but he is going to lose so much. He's going to lose this expansion. And the Hero is just sitting there, he's like, well, okay, then I guess I just kill you.
Yeah, Warp Prism on the way as well, which will allow him to reinforce even more aggressively. He's got the Twilight Council, which is going to let him start +2. Still making 3 probes at a time back at home as well.
The entire time he was building drones as well, probes as well, so now he has 78 against 48. He's way ahead in Harvesters.
Oh, these force fields were so good as well. I mean, it was kind of a coincidental timing, but they were executed well. Another pylon goes down here.
Effort is going to die. And look at this. Look at the production tab. Hero built the Twilight Council. He is going for the Dark Shrine. He is researching Blink. He is killing Effort, and at the same time, he's starting the entire tech tree. He's going for probes as well. He's on 3 bases. He's in the best position ever.
Yeah, his Observer has joined the forces, which means he can start to push back the creep. Every unit that spawns from the hatchery that he's allowed to live will die because it's going to be attacked by stalkers immediately. The last of these lings being taken out. Some of the drones coming up here trying to go for a surround, but it's just, there's no way he can actually stop this force. Hero can warp in more units now. Blink is going to be done fairly soon. He's even got a Dark Shrine.
Yeah, exactly. The Dark Shrine, and now 5 additional gates. The next attack upgrade, this is like the best attack ever. Hero with the 3 bases, he had the gates ready, then he gets his robotics facility and he moves out, tries to poke a little bit, tries to do some damage and realizes, well, I can actually not only kill your 4th, but I can move right into the 3rd.
Yeah, he's got a ton of Zealots at home as well that he wasn't even using in this fight, and Hero is not going to push it, it looks like.
He just made it look like really, really easy.
Yeah, he did. And he basically, since he didn't kill the hatchery for so long, he just killed every unit that came out of that. I think it was intentional that he kept the hatchery alive. Just killed every single unit that was made from there, which is a lot of resources. It's now 11,000 resources lost for effort versus 6,800 for Hero. I mean, think about that, and think about how much production Hero now has. He's got a 4th base going. He knows there's no Hive Tech anytime soon for effort.
Hero is in his supply block now, but still he has definitely enough to push this back. He's taking his 4th while his opponent is taking his 3rd. 8 pylons being produced here. And he also has a Warp Prism in position. And here comes the Warp in.
DTs, and 7 of them.
Well, I guess if you can afford them.
Yep, this is how effort dies. He has no Overseer nearby. He's got one on the map somewhere, but it's nowhere near his main bases. Not going to allow him to defend. And the Queen falls immediately, going for the hatchery. +2 about to finish for these DTs. Warps in even more.
Yeah, he warps in so many DTs, and this triggers an attack out of effort. Who's
and
moving in with everything that he has. Yeah, the fungal is nice here, but the warp-ins, that's something that he will probably not be able to contest. The first one with the Zealots, yes, but if there are a couple of DTs later...
Yeah, he doesn't have unlimited energy, and here come the DTs exactly as you said. All of everything in the main base is dead for effort right now. Even more DTs walking across the map. GG!